A significant portion of Nigerian women and girls have experienced physical or sexual violence, with about 31% of women aged 15 to 49 suffering one form of abuse or the other. Ada-Ojiriver, Optimal Communications, a women-led media advocacy organization, convened a one-day stakeholders dialogue and documentary screening to amplify the voices of sexual and gender-based violence survivors and rural women in Enugu, aligning with Ford Foundation's 65 years of promoting social justice in West Africa. Speaker of the Enugu State House of Assembly, Uche Ugu, who gave the keynote address, emphasized the need for people who experienced or witnessed abuse to speak out. Ugu explained that silence in the face of abuse is complicit, noting that courage begins when people begin to speak, act, and stand with the abused.
It's not just a personal tragedy, and I agree with that. It is a violation of human rights. It is a public health crisis and a threat to nation building, development, and social justice. It affects men, it affects women, it affects boys, affects girls, but in different proportions.
The Chief Executive Officer for the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, Jude Ilo, said the issues of women's rights must be on the front burner of all times. He described the event as timely, stating that giving proper treatment and attention to women issues define good leadership.
That if anything is going to change in this country, in these states, in our communities, women will have to be the ones driving it. We're in an interesting time in this country. Across communities, people are going through difficult times. Unhelpful tradition and practices are keeping women chained to a shameful past of toxic patriarchy. There's trouble in the land. Therefore, this event is timely and fundamentally important. We must learn to listen to our women, rely on their agency, and lived experience to make needed changes in our cultures, in our laws, in our hearts.
A gender activist and Catholic priest, Reverend Father Mario Ikechukwu, stated that treatment given to women has a lot to do with mindset. He stressed the need for proper sensitization of people on decent behavior, saying the church has a lot of role to play in the campaign against sexual and gender-based violence.
I wish to emphasize today that the church is not left out in combating this monster in the society. Enlightenment is very important. Exposure is not how many countries you have traveled to. If you are making a mistake, I need to call your attention to this. Exposure is not about how many countries you have traveled to. Exposure is about openness of mind.
The executive director of Ada-Ojiriver, Onyinye Ude, explained that the platform was designed to give voice and attention to women experiencing sexual and gender-based violence. She stressed the need for greater collaboration in addressing some harmful cultural practices and stereotypes that seek to dehumanize the female folk.
We are really addressing SGBV, especially the one that is enhanced by socio-cultural practices. Ford, you have made us to start looking at shifting the norms. Thank you for changing the narrative. Thank you for bettering the lives of the people in the West Africa. And thank you for identifying with Ada-Ojiriver Optimal Communication. And so we say congratulations as you mark this milestone of 65 years in West Africa.
It is expected that the one-day stakeholder dialogue, which brought together policymakers, traditional leaders, gender advocates, and civil society organizations, will give greater visibility to the efforts of Ada-Ojiriver and further strengthen advocacy for gender justice and cultural reforms. In Enugu, Christopher Lele, Signature TV News.